Welcome to the First Five, where we flip the script, find God in real life, and get your soul fed in just 5 minutes flat. No fluff, no filters, just straight truth that hits different. And trust me, heaven's got something to say today. This is word that walks with you to work, rides with you in traffic, and sits right in the middle of your living room chaos. So whether you're sipping coffee, scrolling before the kids wake up, or just trying to get your mind right for the day, lock in. 5 minutes, one word, all fire. Let's flow. Good morning, family. It's Testimony Tuesday, and here's the truth. If you're still standing, still breathing, still believing, that's a testimony. Some of you didn't just wake up this morning. You were sustained through the night. So let's get into it. This is your First Five. 5 minutes, one word, let's flow. So listen, you ever say you're just going to grab a little snack? Next thing you know, you've eaten half the pantry. That's fine. You started with chips, then cookies, then cereal. Then you're standing in front of the fridge at 10:47 p.m. like, I'm not even hungry. I'm just bored. That's how a lot of us treat life. We snack on distractions, scrolling, shopping, situationships, success, but we're still empty. Teens like door dashing something and still being hungry after. Millennials like ordering a $9 coffee, but still spiritually tired. I'm not about to play, okay? Elders like remembering when a real home-cooked meal hit different because it sustained you. Jesus shows up in John 6 and says, stop snacking. I am the bread. So I titled today's message, The Bread of Life. Jesus says in John 6:35, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry. This comes right after the feeding of the 5,000. The crowd wants more miracles, more bread. But Jesus shifts the conversation. He says, Moses didn't give you the true bread from heaven. My Father does. He's referencing the manna in Exodus 16, but showing he is the greater provision. Manna fed them for a day. Christ feeds eternally. Culture says, consume more and you'll feel better. Jesus says, come to me and you'll live. The world markets cravings. Christ offers covenant. So let's talk truth. The bread is sent from heaven. Jesus makes it clear he is not just a teacher, he is divine provision. In Exodus 16, manna fell daily. In John 6, Jesus says, I am the true bread. This isn't about carbs. It's about covenant. He's telling them and us, life doesn't come from Egypt, empire, or effort. It comes from heaven. John 1:14 says, the word became flesh. And in Philippians 2:7, he took on flesh. He is bread you can touch, trust, and receive. Stop looking for heaven's supply in earthly systems. And my second point, the world feeds you empty calories. Jesus says in verse 27, do not work for food that spoils. Empire offers bread that expires, status, clout, hustle culture, political idols, nationalism, consumerism. But Isaiah 55:2 asks, why spend money on what is not bread? We binge content, but starve spiritually. We grind ourselves down, but never feel full. It's like eating junk food all week and wondering why you feel weak. It filled you, but it didn't nourish you. Christ doesn't just fill space, he builds strength. Culture says, stay hungry. Christ says, be filled. And lastly, you have to eat it. Here's the hard part. Jesus says in verse 53, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. That offended them. And honestly, it still challenges us, okay? I was like, because it means faith isn't admiration, it's participation. You don't just applaud Jesus, you internalize him. Jeremiah 15:16 says, your words were found and I ate them. And Psalm 34:8 says, taste and see that the Lord is good. Teens, you can't just repost scripture. You have to digest it. Millennials, you can't just podcast faith. You have to practice it. Elders, your steady faith is proof you've been feasting for years. What are you feeding on daily? Is it building you or draining you? And where have you been snacking on things that can't sustain you? And how can you intentionally feed on Christ this week? And our prayer for today, Lord, I confess I've tried to fill my life with things that don't last. Be my bread, nourish my mind, strengthen my spirit. Teach me to feed on you daily. Before you check your phone each morning, feed your spirit first. Even one verse, one prayer, one pause. Well, there you have it. That was your first 5. Now go live it. 5 minutes, one word, all fire. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, stop snacking on what spoils. Feast on the bread that lasts. I'll see you back here in the morning.